Eight's the place. KTUL-TV, Tulsa. From Northeast Oklahoma's news leader, this is News 8 at 10.
A busy weekend for budget negotiators as federal spending cuts draw near.
Those cuts may slow down air travel.
And Bush makes a promise to a disputed leader. The government tonight is fighting the battle of the budget. Good evening, I'm Carol Lambert.
And I'm Steve Knight. Nobody ever said it would be easy to cut the dreaded federal budget deficit. Easy to praise the goal, of course, but hard to cut the budget, and tonight Congress is finding out just how hard it is. They're trying to cut $50 billion from the budget that goes into effect at midnight Sunday night. Now, if there is no agreement, the automatic budget-cutting law, Graham-Rudman, goes into effect, cutting $85 billion. Here's what's on the table. On capital gains, the White House insists on cutting the tax rate or adjusting it for inflation. And in return, the Democrats want higher income taxes for the wealthy, but that's unacceptable to the White House. On Social Security, the White House is rejecting the Democrats' plan to raise the tax on benefits paid to affluent retirees. Instead, the White House wants to delay cost of living increases for Social Security benefits. Congress will work through the weekend trying to break the budget impasse. If they fail and the cuts go into effect, federal workers are being told to go to work Monday as usual, and those who would be sent home to save money will be told within 3 hours. Some of those who would be sent home would be air traffic controllers. 17,000 of them would have their working hours reduced.
And that would cancel 5,000 flights nationwide. News 8's Cindy Bear shows us passengers flying out this weekend may be stranded getting back home.
Come Monday, this may be all you see and hear.
We're now estimated to be parked, service to Dallas left field and Houston Hobby at 5:20.
Delays and even more delays. Forced budget cuts will take 1/3 of the nation's air traffic controllers out of the tower, backing up flights and putting passengers everywhere on standby. What's your reaction to hear that there's a chance you may not get back on time?
I'm real worried because I have a test on Monday, so I need to get back for class.
This woman says her weekend getaway may end up a nightmare.
I need to be back to work on Monday morning, and a layover in Tulsa would not be good for me.
I'm not sure we all realize what that might do to us if we're sitting around airports for hours waiting for the hopeful flights.
This man is in the oil business. He says his work puts him on a plane every week. Anticipating problems, he says airlines are already putting all passengers for international flights on waiting lists.
I'm looking toward a flight the week after next, and I don't have a confirmed booking yet on a flight to and from the Middle East.
The Air Traffic Controllers Union says flights in Tulsa could come to a halt. One airport worker told us that a cutback in manpower may not be noticed at all, since Tulsa already does not offer a 24-hour commercial service and traffic out here is not that heavy. The union disagrees, and so do many of these passengers waiting for their flights. Cindy Bear, News 8.
One economist says he sees nothing but dark clouds ahead for the U.S. economy. The pessimistic prediction follows a report that the government's leading economic indicators plunged 1.2% in August. That's the steepest fall in 3 years.
It looks tonight as if the United States is edging ever so much closer to a military solution in Kuwait. The emir of Kuwait met with President Bush today at the White House. He told the president how the Iraqis have devastated his country, even taking babies off incubators so the machines could be sent to Iraq. Bush promised the emir that Kuwait will not remain under Iraqi control. And the international effort to free Kuwait is a little more international tonight. 4 countries that recently were enemies of the West are offering their help. Medical facilities are offered by Poland, Czechoslovakia, and Romania, and Bulgaria is offering to send troops.
Some 4th and 5th graders in Bartlesville are sending a homemade videotape to our soldiers in the Mideast.
When Johnny comes marching home, when Johnny comes marching home.
Students at Ranch Heights Elementary came up with the idea because several of them have relatives who've been sent to Saudi Arabia. The tapes will be included in letters to area servicemen. One student says he hopes the tape will cheer up the soldiers. Another student says he thinks the tape is a great idea, but all he really wants is his uncle back home.
Well, lots of kids were at the Tulsa State Fair tonight.
We'll check in on the fun ahead on News 8.
But next, why men are not risk-free from breast cancer.
Introducing a new carpet that's so radically different, it's designed to stay beautiful, even if you walk on it. New traffic control. The carpet specifically designed to fight matting. And here's where you can buy it.
Grigsby's has traffic control starting as low as $11.99 a square yard. Come in today and walk all over this revolutionary new carpet at Grigsby's Carpet and Draperies.
New traffic control from Wear-Dated Carpet.
Real stories from a real year-end clearance. I say $1,400 on my Toyota truck.
We say $1,500 on our new Toyota.
Everybody tells the same story. Year-end prices on Toyota quality and fuel economy. It's the year-end clearance on America's best-selling import truck, and that includes the 4Runner. The biggest inventory of the year means the year's biggest savings on the 4Runner.
I say $1,300 on my Toyota.
The waiting's over. Toyota's year-end clearance is here. Hurry in now.
What a wonderful, peaceful time of day. Boy, is that going to change in a little bit. People be up, taking off, no time for anything, much less a good cooked breakfast. But do you know what? You really do have time for a good breakfast. Did you know that you can fix Jimmy Dean sausage and biscuits quicker than you can make a piece of toast? So why don't you pick up some of America's favorite sausage and that good fluffy biscuit and have a breakfast that you didn't even think you had time for.
Next time on Cheers.
Who you calling coward?
You three cocktail weenies. Will Boston's brave boys dare to take the skydiving challenge?
Well, I'll join. All right, let's do it.
Now, these bird brains talk a good game, but this time they've really got their heads in the clouds.
What? You go! Make me!
To jump or not to jump? That is the question.
Okay, here's our story.
On the next Cheers.
8's the place for Cheers. Friday night at 10:30.
Every year, some 44,000 women die of breast cancer.
It's the #1 cancer killer of women. But as Health Watch reporter Leanne Taylor tells us tonight, it's something men need to be aware of as well.
We really don't hear about breast cancer in men that often. It's because it is very rare in men, but it can occur. And for that reason, it is important for all men to be aware. We have more on tonight's Health Watch.
Well, it was around the first of the year, in the shower, first noticed that there was a sensitivity, a tingling sensation. And as time progressed, a lump developed.
Bruce Cassavin was concerned he had breast cancer. While it's very rare in men, it does happen.
Men, #1, don't get mammograms done for obvious reasons, and #2, they don't check themselves nearly as frequently as women do. And so the disease process is usually quite advanced by the time we see it.
An estimated 900 men will develop breast cancer this year. 300 will die. Just because a man may have a lump in his breast, though, doesn't always mean cancer.
We see a reasonable number of men for lumps of various types, and some of them are pre-puberty that are fairly normal. Some of them occur in relation to other disease processes, and some of them, frankly, are worrisome. And so those end up getting biopsied.
Dr. Johnson says some of the lumps can be attributed to these factors: medications, drugs like marijuana, and alcohol. But he says it's smart to have it checked out anyway. While the American Cancer Society doesn't say all men should do self-breast examination, it's not a bad idea. The Cancer Society has plenty of information about breast cancer, both for men and women. Even though it turned out Bruce didn't have cancer, he says men should be aware of all types of cancers and the screenings that are available.
There are several warning signs of cancer for men. I guess the most common that we hear about is the prostate, but you know, it's happened for men to have breast cancer. If it's there, you need to know about it, need to have it checked out.
Of course, as with any disease, the earlier it is detected, the better chance of a cure. Now, if you wait to get it checked, it could spread, and survival rates, of course, dramatically drop.
I must say I've never heard of that before. Now, yesterday you told us about heredity being a risk factor. What are some of the others?
That is the key, but of course there are several others. If a person is the age of 50 or over, if they've never had children, or if they've had their first child after the age of 30, those are all considered risk factors. But of course, family history, if a mother, sister, grandmother, or aunt has had cancer, you also need to be, you would be at higher risk.
Some really good information.
Yeah, it really is important. And of course, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I want to prepare people.
Thank you, Leanne.
You bet.
Well, there's hope tonight for an easier treatment for people who suffer from glaucoma. The new operation was demonstrated today in Oklahoma City by Dr. Wayne March. His new treatment involves a laser probe draining fluid from the eye. It can be done on an outpatient basis. Physicians from all over the world flew into Oklahoma City today to witness the new procedure.
Just ahead, Travis and the weekend fair forecast.
And speaking of the fair, we'll show you some of the fun going on tonight.
You know, we've got our own way of doing things here in Oklahoma. We expect fair and honest treatment when we're doing business. And that's why I buy all my cars and trucks from the Oklahoma Country Ford dealers. You see, they do business the Oklahoma way. They treat you like a good neighbor. That's why they have so many loyal and satisfied customers. And right now, during their annual clearance, you can save thousands on every quality-built car and truck in stock. See your Oklahoma Country Ford dealer today. The best never rests.
Hi, I'm George Bragg. We all know that quality education is the most important issue facing Oklahoma. Therefore, I'm proud to introduce Calling for Kids, an exciting new program that donates up to 10% of your long-distance telephone bill to your local PTA. The good news is there's no sign-up fee and no additional cost to you. Calling for Kids is an easy, effective way to support quality education for our kids. To enroll, call this number or your local PTA.
With a shopping list like this, I need all the specials I can get.
Lean and tender quarter pork loin, this week just $1.38 a pound. Wake up to delicious Maxwell House coffee, all grinds $1.99 for a 13-ounce bag. Save on Citrus Hill orange juice, 12-ounce can for $1.39. Sunny Delight Citrus Punch, this week only $1.59 for a 96-ounce bottle. Hey, Oklahoma, check out our low prices every day at IGA. When you see these low price signs, you've found savings.
It's Friday night in Tulsa town, and that means big savings under the extended tent sale tomorrow at the all-new Riverside Nissan here at I-44 just east of Memorial. Hi, folks, this is Dave Bauer reminding you through tomorrow, Saturday, it's the last day to save under the tent. Get Nissan 1990 hard-body pickups from $139 a month. Now, I've got 25 to choose from, a workhorse of a truck, a low payment from $139 a month, and I'll include your tag, tax, and title. Come see us tomorrow at the all-new Riverside Nissan, I-44 just east of Memorial.
Well, we certainly didn't end up with extremely hot weather for the Tulsa State Fair.
No, we certainly haven't. Now, yesterday, you know, 92 degrees, that was warm. And now we dropped down to 80 today. My goodness, what could happen for the weekend? Well, could we say it's going to the birds? During the course of this week, it has been with squirrely weather. Of course, last night, the butterflies were out and about. Well, tonight, let's see who's our Weather Snap winner. And yes, it is the birds. In fact, this weekend is the Pelican Festival at Grand Lake. And of course, if you're going to head up there, they have a lot of activities going on around Grove, Oklahoma. So again, another great weekend besides heading to the, obviously, the State Fair. You can also head to the Pelican Festival at Grand Lake. And Jim Horn from Strang, Oklahoma is our winner. And there should be a bunch of pelicans up there on Grand Lake right now, of course, with the festival going on both Saturday and Sunday. Let's take a look at what's going on outside here at Tulsa International. It's 68 degrees, very cool evening across the area. Hopefully everyone who went out to the State Fair were wearing jackets this evening because it has cooled off nicely. Channel 8 temperature is 71. Dew points fairly high in the 60s this evening, and we are finding humidity up there at 87%. Northwest wind at 5 miles per hour. Pressure at 3011 and rising. Today's high temperature 80 degrees. And that came late in the afternoon as the sunshine finally wore into the area after some morning clouds that made threatening rain look like it was almost a guarantee. The only folks that got rain were up to the north of us, around Bartlesville and Osage County in southern Kansas. Morning low, 67 degrees. Pollen and mold spore count today were much, much lower. That was great news for a lot of folks who have been suffering, and there have been a ton of people who have been hurting. Air quality, 38. That's in the good category as well. It was for at least the afternoon hours. Well, across the country, and including here in Oklahoma, temperatures range from the 70s and 80s across the state, and lots of 70s and 80s across much of the central portions of the country. We found some 50s and 60s as we headed up into the northern Great Lakes Jenks area, 50s across the Rocky Mountain regions, and downright hot when you headed out to the northwest, where we found 90s to above 100 degrees in the interior valleys of California. So obviously very warm there, very mild across our region. Well, a satellite picture putting it into motion, you will see that we've had a lot of low pressure system that has continued to give us lots of clouds across the central plains. And for the next couple of days, we are going to be looking at good chances of seeing clouds and occasional showers and thunder showers. Tonight, there's an area of thunderstorms sitting across western Texas Panhandle and also Oklahoma that could streak in here tomorrow. So we are going to look for a chance of showers here. Off on the east coast, a lot of rain, especially down in Florida, and scattered showers elsewhere across that region. A few thunderstorms along a very weak front that is sitting right now from just south of Chicago through southern Oklahoma and then extends back up into the Rockies and then back up into Utah, so you can kind of get an idea of what's going on. For tomorrow, we'll continue to see that front sitting across southern Oklahoma, pushing a little further to the south. A chance of scattered showers in our area, along with some clouds mixed in with a little bit of sunshine. Won't be really too exciting either way. Very cool weather to the north, though. Tomorrow's highs 40s and 50s up there. We will find temperatures generally in the 60s and 70s across Oklahoma. 70s likely here, but much cooler when you get into the Panhandle. And as we head on into Sunday, looking for more chilly and wet weather across much of our area, as we'll continue to have cold, high pressure dominate the weather. Temperatures will be lucky to make it into the low 70s. So here are the way my forecast shapes up for tonight. We are going to be looking for variable cloudiness and a few showers and a few isolated thunderstorms late tonight. Look for an overnight low temperature dropping down to 61 degrees. Northeast winds of 5 to 15 miles per hour. For tomorrow, looking for, again, a few areas of showers and isolated thunder showers. High around 74. If you head to the State Fair, might need that umbrella. Northeast breeze, a little strong in the afternoon, 10 to 20. Tomorrow night, look for an overnight low temperature. They'll be dropping down into the low 60s to upper 50s. Very cool weather, and my extended forecast will be looking like this. A cool weekend with scattered showers through Sunday afternoon, then Monday, not bad, back up to 80, and chance of showers again on Tuesday, maybe a few thunder showers on Wednesday. So obviously kind of a wet weekend kind of for the birds or the pelicans or for the folks who want to go to the State Fair and enjoy it anyway.
Well, the yards have certainly greened up.
They certainly, isn't it something?
Thank
Just a big change. You can't even tell there was a drought. Nobody will ever remember now.
Thanks, Fred.
Okay.
Well, this is student night at the Tulsa State Fair. Students get in free. The rides, of course, are a big attraction for kids whose stomachs are strong and whose fear is minimal.
It's bad. It goes upside down. It makes you pass out almost. My favorite part is the guys. No, the rides. Definitely. No, I think it's got to be the guys with the exhibits or something like that.
Well, whatever it is, you can find it at the fair, and you can find us at the fair, too. News 8 live at 6 o'clock all next week, and lots of us who are normally on TV will be saying good day, mate, at the Channel 8 booth at the fair. And I'll be there on Sunday between 2 and 4.
Oh, great. I'm going to be there from 7 to 10 p.m. on Sunday night, so we hope you come on out and say hello. Enjoy the fair.
Meantime, have a great weekend. Thanks for watching.
Operation Football is next.
Good night.
These are the last of the 1990 Nissans, and they're on their way to the Nissan Year-End Challenge. Bear with me. Before you buy another car, we challenge you to test drive a Nissan, like this Sentra XE with $1,200 cash back. And the standard hard body with $1,000 cash back. Take the challenge, but take it soon, because if you think these cars are moving now, wait till we hit the showroom floor.
Howdy, this is Frank, and I'd like to invite you to Frank's Country Inn 27th Memorial for our all-you-can-eat buffet and bodacious salad and fruit bar. Golden fried chicken, crisp catfish, chicken fried steaks, shrimp, hickory smoked beef ribs, pork ribs, chuck roast, sausage, bologna, delicious baked chicken and catfish, 12 hot vegetables, bodacious 50-item salad and fruit bar, peach cobbler, cherry cobbler, apple cobbler, cream pie, pecan pie, ice cream. Waitress service, open 7 days, all day. It's Frank's Country Inn, 27th Memorial.
Well, first of all, comfort. That's why we heat and cool our homes, is to make them comfortable.
Money. That's it.
As far as I'm concerned, it's just what it says, good sense.
It's a good system. It's an outstanding system.
I work hard for my money over the years, and if I can be comfortable and save money, well, man, I'm for it, and I recommend it.
The Good Sense Home. Ask someone who really knows. Ask someone who owns one.
I just laugh all the way to the bank.
It's your Dodge dealer's factory-authorized Caravan Clearance. Choose from a huge selection of the best-selling minivans on the road, all clearance price. The 91s are coming, so we're clearing out our Caravan inventory. Get a clearance deal on Caravan, ranked highest in customer satisfaction of any minivan around. A spacious Grand Caravan that's long on luxury. Plus, get $1,032 in package savings on selected Caravan LEs. Bring your title and be ready to trade.
Advantage Dodge. See your local Dodge dealer.
Good evening and welcome to Operation Football. I'm Jeff Bowen. Before we get to the high school sports, let's take a quick look at the race for the pennant in Major League Baseball. Now, the race for the American League East title was all knotted up going into tonight's action. Toronto sending Dave Steve to the mound against Boston and Mike Boddicker, but an error late in the 8th inning by Kelley Gruber sends Junior Felix home. But then Boston comes back, and again, Kelley Gruber jumps up, and he decides to throw an arrow way over the first baseman's head. Mike Greenwald comes in to score, and it is 4-5, Boston in the lead. But in the 9th, Toronto comes back, a two-run homer here by Junior Felix, and the score is back up on top for Toronto, 6-5. But the final, Boston 7, Toronto 6. We see it, so Boston picks up a game in the AL East. Baltimore and Cleveland, other scores, 2-1. Minnesota loses to Detroit, 3-1. Seattle, a big winner over Chicago in the 8th right now by 4. New York and Milwaukee is in the 6th. New York leading 6-zip. Oakland and Texas. Oakland leading the Athletics 3-1 over the Rangers in the 7th. And Kansas City and California early out on the West Coast. It's all tied up 0-0. Now, in the National League, Cincinnati's trying to get things up tonight. They've got a 5-game lead over L.A. and a magic number of 2, and they look like they're going to start things off right. Chris Sabo, a solo home run over Biff Roberts' head, and the Reds go up 1-zip. But the Reds show some strong D as well. This is why they're trying to win their division. Joey Cora singles to left. Braggs has an arm, and he proves it right there as he makes the throw, and he's out the plate. But San Francisco comes back. Jack Clark with a home run of his own deep to the left field, and Clark sings it, and it is all tied up in the 9th. And it is Benito Santiago, a double in the 9th, and Robinson comes home to win. And the final, San Diego 2, Cincinnati 1. So San Diego spoils Cincinnati's try. Los Angeles, San Francisco just starting out on the West Coast as well. Other scores, New York wins over Chicago 7-1. Pittsburgh up by 2 over St. Louis in the 7th. And Atlanta and Houston knotted up zip in the 8th. Philadelphia 5-4 over Montreal, and that is the final. Now, these are hard times for the Missouri Tigers. The football team may be without a win, but there's always basketball season, right? Wrong. The NCAA is taking a hard look at the Tigers these days, coaches and their assistants. They went before the NCAA's infraction committee today to answer questions concerning recruiting. Possible wrongdoings include illegal inducements. A decision on whether or not to slap Mizzou with the sanctions won't be announced for another month. The Oklahoma State Cowboys are on vacation tonight. Football coach Pat Jones is giving his team a couple of days off. The Pokes have a bye tomorrow. TU, on the other hand, is at home. But things could have their hands full with Memphis State. Arkansas and Oklahoma also have home games. Arkansas plays host to Colorado State, and the Sooners open conference play with Kansas. All right, here's what everyone's been waiting for, Operation Football. We'll have the highlights from games around Green Country, plus all the latest scores. Stay with us. Operation Football is next.
Let's go! Operation Football! Ace the play!
Sock with dirty whites! Don't reach for the bleach. Put it back on the shelf. Cause this detergent whites ends all by itself. Power bleach whitening in just one box. Don't reach for the bleach. Grab a box of the odds.
Oxidol has a powerful green bleaching system that gets socks this dirty brilliantly white and still loves colors.
Don't reach for the bleach. Grab a box of the odds. Oxidol.
The tent is still up, and for good reason, because that means you can still save money. Hi, folks. Dave Bauer from I-44 just east of Memorial for the all-new Riverside Nissan. Maxima is still on sale. We've held over the tent sale. You can come in tomorrow. We got another $50 off the transports tonight. Choose yours from $288 a month. Now, that includes your tag, title, and tax. America's four-door sports sedan can be yours from $288 a month. Come save tomorrow at I-44 just east of Memorial at the all-new Riverside Nissan.
Introducing a new carpet that's so radically different, it's designed to stay beautiful, even if you walk on it. New traffic control. The carpet's specifically designed to fight matting. And here's where you can buy it.
Grigsby's has traffic control starting as low as $11.99 a square yard. Come in today and walk all over this revolutionary new carpet at Grigsby's Carpet and Draperies.
New traffic control from Wear Dated Carpet.
All right, here's what everyone's been waiting for, Operation Football. Our first game tonight is a good one, Stillwater at Sapulpa. The Chieftains are one of the area's biggest surprises, and 4-0 Sapulpa has had no problem putting it in the end zone. But Stillwater is no slouch. You may remember they beat Owasso in overtime last week, so let's go over to Sapulpa and check out the highlights here. Early on action, the pass is Sapulpa with the football. John Bilby down to Will Berry, a big gain there. Stillwater in pursuit. Finally brings down, and the Sapulpa fans are excited about their play. Nick's pass play over the middle this time goes to Brian Barnes for another big gain, and Sapulpa on the move. 2 plays later, the pitch out this time goes to Kevin Dennison, and Sapulpa scores early, and right now it looks like they're having a good time of it. Early on at halftime, it was 7-7. Let's see, it's still in the third quarter. We have a 7-7 score, Stillwater and Sapulpa. Hale and Broken Arrow is also in the third quarter, and that is knotted up at 7. Cassia Hall beats Berry Hill by a bunch, 50-8 the final. Houston Kincaid beats Holland Hall 34-28. And it is Enid, the Plainsman, taking on the Rogers Ropers, and they win 30-0 there in the third quarter. And it is Webster 53-0 over McLean, a big win there. Kiefer 39-0 over Metro Christian. That was a final from last night. And Washington is leading Ponca City 15-3, that game in the third. Let's go over to LaFortune Stadium now. Union Redskins looking to stay on top of their district and gaining ground, but instead it looks like it's McLean with a quick time there with John Nichols drops back and finds McQueen. And then 2 plays later, Scott Salmon dives across the end zone for the touchdown. Union goes up 23-7 in that ball game. Let's take a look now at some more high school scores. 24-8 is the score now in the third quarter. Also in the third quarter, Sand Springs, the Sandites over the Rams 7-0. Miami is losing to Kuwaiti 14-0 that game in the third quarter. Pahuska Huskies losing to Collinsville 14-3 that game in the third. Also Caney Valley losing to Nowata in the third. A lot of third quarter scores tonight, 14-6. And Bartlesville is losing to Muskogee 10-0. Sallisaw and Tahlequah, we have no score, as well as we have no score of the Poto and Wagner game. Now our first Ranger 8 game tonight, high above the home of the Drumright Wildcats. They're hosting the Prue Rockets. Ranger 8 flying in there. Drumright on its own 40. Quarterback Darren Morris runs over, brings it right at the camera for a first down. Good camera work there. So we go on to the 4th and goal from the 1 up the middle, and it's going to be a score, and they will add to the PAT. Actually, they'll run it in for the point after, and they make it 8-0. But Prue comes back. Prue on the move. The Rockets taking the football. Tim Lilly gets a handoff, and it gets out a fumble, and it is picked up, and it looks like it is a turnover. And Drumright, this final score right now, Prue and Drumright in the third quarter. Drumright winning 14-0 over Prue. Final now, we have a final 31-7. Drumright wins that one big. Another final, Adair over Shoto 21-12. Stillwell and Grove, we have no score, and we have no score from Inola and Hilldale. But Vian in the third quarter leading Jay 13-9, and Kellyville loses big. Manford Pirates on top 39-0. Cleveland loses to Oologah 48-7, and Dewar and Liberty, we have a score 3-0. Dewar on top in the third quarter. Now, coming up next, we've got more Friday night football, highlights from more games around Green Country, including Pryor at Bixby and Jenks at East Central. Operation Football continues.
Operation Football! Save the place!
Mercury Cougar XR7. It comes with speed-sensitive steering, anti-lock brakes, and a new high-output V8 engine, which means the top dog is now a cat. All this and the quality of a Mercury.
Couples who adopt children can look forward to some very special rewards, but they also may face some unique challenges.
To help resolve adoption-related issues, Shadow Mountain Institute has developed an innovative program of treatment, especially for adopted children and their families.
Individual, family, and special group therapies are all designed to enhance communication and understanding, and to support family members as they learn to cope with the specific challenges that adoption may bring.
If you're interested in Shadow Mountain special programs, please give us a call at 492-8200.
Recently, Four Wheel and Off-Road magazine took this year's 4x4 of the Year winner and all the past winners and conducted a head-to-head showdown to determine the best of the best. So who won? Who do you think? There are a lot of 4x4s out there, but there's only one Jeep.
Get 0% financing or 1,000 cash back on new Jeep Cherokees.
See Chris Nichols, Jeep Eagle, and Crown Jeep Eagle today.
News 8 closed captioning, made possible in part by Oklahoma Natural Gas.
It's homecoming tonight in Bixby, and Spartan fans certainly didn't come back to see their alma mater lose tonight. On the other hand, the Pryor Tigers didn't drive all that way to Bixby just to lay down. So let's go down to Bixby and see both teams having trouble holding on to the football tonight. Pryor, though, was able to find a little bit of offense. They moved the ball as Jason Whitworth connects here with Ryan Raines down the field. However, nobody could punch it in during the first half. However, Bixby did manage a field goal and led 3-0 at the halftime. Let's go to the scores now and see the final, though. Pryor comes back and scores 6-3, the final Pryor over Bixby. Bristow and Cushing, a big win there for the Purple Pirates, 35-zip. Bristow winning. Baggs and Haskell, a final Haskell. The Haymakers, 35-6 over the Demons. No score on Afton pitcher. Barnsdall to Pugh, we have no score, and we have no score on Eufaula and Muldrow. Ada, and no score, and Sperry and Pawnee, though, a final. Sperry 12 over Pawnee 10. Ada and McAllister, no score. There we go. Yale Newkirk, no score, and Broken Bow and Durant, we've got a final. Broken Bow wins it 17-0. So let's go now to Tulsa Webster Stadium. East Central looking for its first win of the year, but Jenks on the drive looking to have no part of that. First quarter, Jimmy Hart hands off to Ryan Bowers for a touchdown, and Jenks leads 6-0. Some fans excited. Their second quarter, though, East Central back with the ball. Carl Whitemarsh is intercepted by Chad Crisp, and the next play coming up for Jenks, he's going to drop back. It's going to be Jimmer connecting with Cedric Florence. This is a long touchdown pass, deep, and a nice reception goes on. Jenks takes the lead there, 13-0. Let's take a look at the scores and see if we've got the final 32-0 right now in the fourth quarter. Jenks over East Central. No score of the Haleyville-Porter game. Shakota and Roland, no score. Mounds, Chelsea, no score. And Westfield, Locust Grove, no score. Wellston, Stroud, we do have a final, 25-12. Ranger 8 flying in again this time. Wellston and Stroud both jockeying for positions in District 2A. Wellston on the move right here. Quarterback Shea Buckley fumbles, and it's recovered by Thad Wages for Stroud. So Stroud making a quick move right there. The band all excited. High school football at its finest. Stroud's Raymond Goots hands off this time to Don Willis. It's a touchdown run, and the score is 13-zip Stroud. Wellston, though, Racky hands off to Gerard Sanders for a first down, and Wellston trying to make a move back. A few plays later, Rackley hands off to Eric Miller for a Wellston touchdown. It's 13-6 right there at this point in the second quarter. Back to more scores. Tonkawa loses but to Hominy 17-6, and Henrietta loses big to Spiro. Spiro, the Bulldogs, 44-0 over the Knights. Dewey and Skiatook took the Bulldogs 14-7 over Dewey, and Commerce Colcord, we have no score. Fairland Wyandotte, no score, and Fort Gibson and Veneta, we have no score. This time we looks like it's going to Okmulgee. The Bulldogs facing Bishop Kelley over at Union, and it was all Bulldogs. Here we see, looks like Waylon Jones, a big 60-yard run. This time it's caught by Jeremy Rice, and it brings the score Okmulgee 24 and Bishop Kelley 7. And the final there, 27-15, Okmulgee wins over Kelley. We have no score with Glenpool and Claremore Sequoia. Hartshorn Pecola, we have no score. Kansas Tahlequah, no score. And Quapaw Ketchum, no score. And we do have a final, though, Morris and Stigler. The final, Morris, the Tigers are winning 21-15. Wowoka loses to Okemah. They're losing in the fourth quarter by a touchdown. Salina over Hobart, 13-6. Heavener and Warner, we have no score, but we have a Weber Falls final. They lose to Oaks by 5, 18-13. We do have one correction. McLean wins big over Webster, 53-0. We want to thank you for watching tonight. See you next week.